Goody, this video is going to be more controversial than my pro-life video. Okay, where do I start? Okay. Am I opposed to Trump's quote-unquote Muslim ban? Yeah, I'm opposed to banning people based on their religion. I don't think that's right, and I did a video all talking about that. It's going to be in the description box down below. Am I opposed to open borders and or closed borders? Yes, I'm opposed to closed and open borders. I'll tell you why. Open borders means basically you let everybody in regardless of if they're a terrorist or not, and I'm opposed to that. I'm also opposed to closed borders because America is built on immigration. I'm for semi-open and semi-closed borders, which is what America has currently. I'm for that. I'm not for open and or closed borders because both of them lead to fucking disaster. That's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing is, people are getting their panties in a bunch and they don't even know why they're getting their panties in a bunch. They're not even looking at the solid facts here. Now, the places where Trump is banning refugees, which I think you shouldn't ban people that want to get away from terrorist attacks and on their own soil. I get that. You shouldn't do that. That's wrong. But here's the thing, though. The places where, like Somalia, Yemen, Libya, Iraq, Iran, places like that, even when President Obama was in office these last 2 years, well, even the intelligence says, yes, this is where ISIS is. This is where they're secretly harboring their terrorists at. So yes, Obama's and Trump's intelligence both collectively agree that is where ISIS is hiding, and we should be very fucking suspicious of what certain suspicious looking type of people come from those areas to look for refuge in America. I am not opposed to extra background checks on them. Because if somebody looks that suspicious, yeah, I want you to detain them and see if they don't have ties to ISIS. Because I don't want to be in a mall and be blown to fucking smithereens by one of their suicide bombers. That's the other thing. The common sense is lacking. Look, should we ban people from that have no ties to ISIS? Of course we shouldn't. We should allow those people in the country. But should we have a extra restriction on those who might look like they have an ISIS relation to them? Yeah. Common sense would tell you that's how you keep America safe. That's what keeps America from another 9/11. That's what Bush and the Bush administration and the Obama administration did years after 9/11. Obama did that and Bush did that, and Trump isn't doing anything different. That's just the general facts. Now, as far as people reacting to this, okay, both sides are fucking wacky here. I want to address the left first. Liberals, not everybody that's a refugee is a good person. Look at Germany. Last 2 years, ever since Germany was accepting these refugees, the number of marital rape and rape in general has gone skyrocket. And the number of Sharia law cities where these refugees are in Germany has gone skyrocket. They brought Sharia law to Germany. These basically refugees who most likely have a link to ISIS in Germany has actually said that they might deport some of these refugees that have enforced Sharia law. And I am not opposed to them deporting those types of people if it's going to keep their country safe. And if it's going to keep their women and young girls safe from these rapists who want to, rape women and harm women. This is what some of these refugees think like. And we should be highly suspicious of some of these men who we allow in. And there's nothing wrong with being suspicious of some of these male refugees. There is nothing wrong. Because the majority of ISIS is men. The majority of ISIS is men, not women. These are just objective facts. Now, finally, I want to point this out. I want to point this out to the right. Look, banning people based on their religion is wrong. That's not what the United States is built on. John McCain said something which I completely agree with. On the fact that you can't ban Muslims because they're Muslim. That's wrong. Now, John McCain and I agree on that you can't ban Muslims. So, yeah, I'm opposed to banning Muslims, obviously. Now, here's where I disagree with McCain, though. McCain says that not all Muslims that follow the doctrine of Islam are terrorists. I agree that not all Muslims are, but yes, there are Muslims who are terrorists who do claim to be followers of Islam. And a lot of them are in the areas where this supposed Muslim ban is taking place at. So it's kind of a conflicting thing here. In a way, you know, we're stopping really harmful people from entering the country, which is a good thing. But at the same time, we're also keeping people that want to get away from these harmful people in the same country where they're victims of the terrorists in their own countries. And that's the bad part. Now, as far as people that are going to take this video, look, I'm not a Nazi. I'm against bigotry. I'm against sexism. This is why I would never register myself as a Muslim. Because, let's face it, the doctrine of Islam and women's rights are oil and water. They're not, you know, hand in hand. They're oil and water. And as a true blue American, look, I am all for the freedom of religion, the freedom of practice of religion. I do oppose the president on banning refugees that want to get away from these war zone areas. But I am not, I'll say this again, I am not opposed to detaining suspicious people, though. And when I say suspicious, I mean, you could look at somebody and say, okay, this guy doesn't look, you know, like he wants to be a civilized citizen. And some people can exactly give you that weird vibe. And there have been times when people had said, hey, there's this person, they don't look right, they were detained, and they were banned from airports because they were planning to attack airports or planning to attack public areas. It has happened during Obama's administration, and it has happened during Bush's administration, and I wouldn't be surprised if it would happen under the current administration. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this whole thing, about this whole scary reality / hype. And yes, some of it is hype, some of it is just a fearmonger. It makes no sense to me. But yes, some of it is just a fearmonger. The common sense and the middle ground has been lost somewhere. And the reason why I'm doing this from a very middle ground point of view is because this is a middle ground thing here. Yes, we do need to defend the rights of those who want to come in the country that are getting away from these members of ISIS. Yes, we need to defend their rights to enter the country. But at the same time, we cannot advocate that we allow everybody from these war zones in the country because some of them just might have ties to ISIS. And that's common sense. Because ISIS is so big, we don't know how many members there are. Obama actually said that in one of his final press conferences, that the current administration should be suspicious about the size of ISIS. Yes, Obama actually said that. he actually advised Trump to be suspicious about the size of ISIS. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to see the hate comments. See ya.